Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Endless Legend Inferno, playing as the Kapaku. Alright, we are going for a second wonder, which is a little on the aggressive side, but if it works, it will pay for itself pretty nicely. We have a second city and are currently on our way to pacify the remaining Silix villages, which, since I think they have already been assimilated, will result in a lot of extra resources, namely in the form of titanium. One major downside I have been realizing in between videos is we do not have any glass steel in my empire as of yet. The only glass steel I've actually found over here is in the Isiled region? I don't know. We could go over here. There's some more titanium and more glass steel, as well as some dyes, so it's not a terrible region. But for now, we're trying to go into Rockmahal, whatever it's called. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and settle down over there. I got a settler on the way. So let's go ahead and move on into, well, I was going to say move on to the next turn, but it looks like we actually do have a bit more movement. Although we can't go through ruins. I don't know why you can't just walk onto ruins. I want to walk onto ruins, but they won't let me. All right, let's just go ahead and move on then. So we're researching the alchemical alloys, which will allow us to go ahead and start making some titanium and glass steel weapons. Actually not a very high priority for me right now, mainly because I don't really have much production. Do I actually have glass steel? Am I wrong? There's titanium here, yes. Oh, there is glass steel. I'm sorry, I missed this one tile over here. Never mind. Okay, so we do have some glass steel production. Thank God. Okay, guess I was going to say, what happens is if you don't have a certain strategic resources, it really does hamper your options for science development. For example, if you wanted to get public granary, or granary, however you want to pronounce it, which gives you extra food on the city, which is pretty good, requires some glass steel. If you have no glass steel, there's no reason to research that tech, which will make you very sad. Let's go ahead and move my main army down that way. We're going to go ahead and make the Silix happy. Hi guys, we killed the demons for you. We are proper demon slayers. Are you happy? You should be. Congratulations, all regions are now pacified in the region called Oleron. You have gained the confidence of the Silix tribe. So there's one over there. These guys apparently did not get wrecked. They've already been pacified, and so are these guys. So now we should be up quite a bit in population, which is very, very nice. I think I will continue to focus on food, because there's not a lot of, like, really pressing stuff. That said, the alchemy workshop would be good. It does cost some of my precious titanium, but I think we could afford to go ahead and do that. And if we wanted to, could focus on industry, and that would greatly speed things up. I would say the canal system's good, but not a huge priority, simply because it does, it gives us +7 industry, but it also costs me 250, so it takes a long time to build, not a super high priority. Lots of extra science, though. That can be pretty darn useful, so we're going to go ahead and speed that along. 8 more turns on the industrial megapole, and then I think we focus on expanding our main city a little bit. Try to level up one of these districts if we can. You guys are doing A-okay. What should we do now? Probably finish exploring the rest of my territory real quick, just find out if there's anything else useful down here. Now, one thing I am concerned about is the possibility of early aggression by light blue, the necrophages. They're pretty strong, especially with their necro drones. Ideally, what I would like to use in order to beat them would be... oh, we have a roaming army. We should probably kill them. What we should probably do is get some range units, because those can get upgraded with Flying Slayer, which is quite nice. Well, look at that. There's actually a second Harmonite army. That's not good. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this one manually. I didn't realize that a second one was right over here somewhere. Where is it? It's over here. Maybe I'll get lucky and they won't reinforce. You're not obligated to reinforce if you don't want to, but they probably will. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back a little bit because we're about to get some free militia. I definitely do not want to stand on the reinforcement point, though. And we might as well enjoy the extra morale for having our troops relatively close together. Harmonites are strong, and they can do damage in a straight line. So if they hit a target right here, the two behind it will also get hit. So we do want to kind of surround them and spread out. The good news is they're very slow and have very low initiative, which means I get to initiate the fight on my terms. They did bring in their reinforcements. Well, darn. Okay. How best to do this? Now, he's on a cliff, which means I really don't get to do much. What I may want to do, actually, is just hold position for a turn. Yeah, maybe I do. We'll let him come to me so that I'm better able to surround him and do nothing else for this one turn. Granted, there are 6 rounds in a fight, so we are sacrificing some time, but I'm okay with it. I want to make sure we don't lose any units by accident. There you go. Just get away from that cliff face. Thank you. Okay, now we can bum rush him. We're going to take our militia, and these guys are going to attack over here. You guys are going to attack here. You're going to come over to the cliff and attack this way. Don't forget you have the charge bonus, so the more tiles you move, the more damage you get to do. And then we're just going to have everyone else kind of attack this particular target. And hopefully that works and he doesn't get to turn around too much. But the militia should be able to pin him down until we can kill this one target. Does everyone have orders? I think everyone's got orders at this point. All right, let's go ahead and launch. Go get him, hero. Smack! 58's okay. Harmonites are pretty good. They are a strong unit, very tanky. Slow moving, yes, but the fact that they can do a lot of damage in a straight line is a pretty nice advantage. Like them a lot. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get to put them in our army in the future. You know, I'm not sure they're an absolute necessity. The Stone Sentinels are already pretty strong, but maybe. All right, the next goal then is the militia are going to swap targets to try and pin these guys down. Militia are pretty expendable, so I'm not worried about it. You're going to come over here and do damage to this guy. Everyone else can focus on their original targets, because I think we're going to kill this one. Let's make sure we can pin this guy down before he does a lot of damage too, because there's a lot of straight line opportunities right here. And now he wastes it. Aha! All right, so that's one Harmonite down. We may not be able to kill all four in this particular fight, but anything will help. All right, so the Harmonites have been pinned. I think we can go ahead and pick one of these guys off, no problem. My hero is taking the brunt of the damage, which is always unfortunate, but oh well. You guys, stop chasing a corpse. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you. You damage to that guy. We're kind of in a weird bottlenecked position, and there's not much I can do. Actually, you're going to go over here and attack. You're going to stay with that guy. You're going to attack him if you can. You're probably going to die in the process, but let's just pin him down. Yeah. Let's try it something like this instead. Okay, so that one is dead. My hero's almost dead as well, so we're kind of out of time with that. But at least we have a nice morale bonus working for us. Nice and pinned. Good. Okay, you are going to back on off, because we're not going to have you a fight anymore. You guys attack them, and then everyone dogpile on the weak Harmonite. I think this is... Nope, 5th phase, so we got a little bit more time. We might be able to kill one more. But that's about all I would expect. I thought I turned on fast attacking and stuff. This is definitely faster than it is if you don't have the settings turned on that way, but still. Alright, let's try to kill one more. Worked pretty well. Good. Now we didn't do any damage. That sucks, and everyone else just held position. Alright. 3 out of 4 dead. We lost a militia, but otherwise, no biggie. I'm alright with that. Let's go ahead and head toward this ruin. What's this? Escaped specimens. Lots of food. Alright. Not that big a deal. Settler, why don't you come on down this way? Do we want to go ahead and settle the city now? So, we're looking at, as of right now, pretty terrible output. Does it actually still show me what the volcano former would create? It doesn't. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to trust my previous judgment that this was actually a good place to go. By the way, there's a botanical garden nearby, which means one expansion we can get some extra approval on the city, and that's pretty strong. So I'm trusting that this is going to turn into a really good city after we terraform it all into volcanoes. Let's go ahead and settle, get the extra dust and stuff going. Production on food seems perfectly reasonable to me. You are going to produce a mill foundry, then a seed storage, then an empire mint, then a public library. Just the basics for now until the volcano former is done. Okay. Let's see. Minor faction Kazanji can be assimilated now. We can go for the dyes, which gives me extra influence and a little bit of approval. Is there any reason not to do that? Let me check something real quick. No one has gotten the Wealth Harvester yet, which means you have to hold 30 of the same resource. If we can find a way to get 5 more dye, we will get the Legendary Deed. I'm not anticipating that we'll get it, but that would be nice. Research. We did get our chemical alloys, so what should we do next? Let's see. More fortification on a city can be good if we're expecting to go on the defensive. Fire ships, if we can get out toward the ocean and build a district on the coast, we will be able to use those, but that's not for a while. Cavalry units unlocked would be nice. By the way, I don't think the Geomancers are all that good, so I sometimes just avoid them. Meritocratic promotion is really good. Gives you extra army slots on your empire, so we can have 6 troops in an army, not 4. Obviously good, but do we want this right now? Or later, when we're actually going to train up some units? We have some glasssteel coming in, so a public granary would not be the worst of ideas. Markets, resources and stockpiles. Reduce buyout cost. Imperial highways are good. Not only does it give us roads so we can move around faster, but it also gives us trade routes, which translates into free dust and science, I think. I'm not going to go for management services. I don't think we're going to have really any lumber. We could go for an extra native district, and I'm tempted to do that. The reason being, I'm definitely going to keep the Silix, but if we may want to get the Jodas. And the reason we may want to get the Jodas is because they are ranged. Yes, they have short range, only 2 slots. It's not that good. However, these may be my best counter against the Necrophages, at least until we can find something better. So I'm tempted. Glory of Empire is pretty good if you want to have influence for better Empire plans. Central Market, obviously really good for extra approval. And the more happier your city is, if you can get up to the Fervent rank, lots of extra dust and food. Pretty strong. Or we can go for Shipyard, which allows us to start traveling on water. I think I'm going to go for the Central Market to start. Then maybe Imperial Highways. Because all those are pretty solid economic techs to make my cities better. And the better my cities are, the more we can produce, the more science, the more dust, more everything. We'll want to consider going and getting ourselves a new hero. Let's see. Marketplace, heroes. Okay, so there are a few that are available. What do we want? Probably a governor, if I had to guess. So this guy has dust efficiency level 2. If you don't know what dust efficiency does, it gives you extra dust per population that is working it. So if we're going to have a dust-focused city, the Broken Lords are pretty good in that way. Another Broken Lords guy with nothing good as governor. Let's see. Food boost 2. Some taller cities. It's not the worst idea in the world. That's just an extra 4 food per hero's level. So the earlier we get this hero, the better it will be over time. Longfangs, a Necrophage hero. Slavery. What does slavery do again? Increases the per citizen value of food and industry each for each pacified village. So the larger we are as an empire and the more pacified villages we have, the better. Situationally good. Influence boost, no. Ozek the Chosen could be interesting. Influence boost is not that exciting, but I do like cultists as heroes because their faction stuff is very good as governors. You can get an extra +1 for every citizen, just period, and this keeps ramping up to a total of +3. Attack on units is okay. 15% science on city, really solid. Defense, alright. Influence and dust. I mean, lots of good stuff. And if we work over here, we can get Inspirational Leader, which increases things further by 5%, and eventually Cold Operator, no negative offense from winter, which is really good, because winters come more frequently and longer. They last longer the longer the game goes on. I like these guys a lot as governors. I'm tempted, but Influence does not interest me that much. Science +1 is okay. Dust Efficiency is okay. That's just a general, and industry boost and food boost. Ooh. So extra food and a lot of extra industry the earlier we get this hero. That's solid. And it's a ranged hero, which I always like. This seems like a winner to me. I think we are going to go for Weira Sigo. Boom. All right, where do we want to place him? I could place him on the capital, but the capital is already pretty strong. I think we're going to go ahead and place him over here. And let him kind of help bump this city up a little bit. Just make it a little bit more effective, you know? All right, let's move on to the next turn. I know that people would like this game to go a lot faster, but in a good 4X game, you don't want to have an obvious build order. Like, if I have to sit here and not really think about what I'm doing, this game's going to get boring, you know? I'd rather have a game where I'm taking it slow and really thinking through my choices because there are so many trade-offs to consider. Does that make sense? We are about to have a dust eclipse, by the way. As the Kapaku, we get to see when those are coming. But when the map kind of turns dark like this, you also know it's about to begin. A lot of ruins are about to open up again for another round of pillaging with a lot of dust in them. So that will be quite nice for us. I think we're going to actually go ahead and start splitting up the army a little bit. Yes, we'll pay extra dust for this, but I want to be able to cover a lot of ground quickly. You guys can stick together. Let's go over here and see if we can find anything else. So far, kind of nothing. Nada. Zilch. By the way, you also will need to get these guys. We want more population for free. That'll always be nice. How long until you grow? 13 turns? That sucks. Volcano Former will help quite a bit. Alright, anyone else? You guys can go this way. You guys can go this way. I don't actually remember where all the ruins are, but I'm guessing splitting up is never going to be a bad thing. Just so we can cover a lot of ground. We could go into enemy territory to pick stuff up as well, but the necrophages have proven to be very aggressive already. Alright, here's a dust eclipse. Twilight of shimmering light and sparkling dust. Hooray! So, yeah, now all these ruins are glowing again. We can go ahead and investigate those. Let's go ahead and pop over one tile and pick this one up again. We got Wolfbane the Shepherd, a staff. Costs 9 titanium. It's a pretty good weapon for heroes, but I don't really need any staves right now. Still haven't discovered this last tile. We're going to start heading toward this ruin. You guys are going to come up this way. Now, the other thing that happens during a dust eclipse is the unlocking of confluxes. Right here is a swift conflux. As long as the dust eclipse is lasting, and as the Kapaku, we know it's going to last another 8 turns, the unit that picks this up, or the army stack that picks it up, will get an extra 6 movement. Really fast units. There's one over here that's also swift. There's other ones, too. Let's see. Less upkeep and more health regen. There should be attack and defensive ones as well. I mean, the confluxes can be good. They can be quite nice to have. Let's go ahead and bump you up this way. Yeah, we got 3 ruins we can pick up over here. 1 over here. Not seeing anything this way. I think we'll have him come back, pick up the pearls and stuff while he's out. Alright, next turn. Let's move on. Gonna get a fair bit of extra science from Oleron, which does help. And our governors do get free experience the longer they're sitting there governing a city, by the way. So this will kind of happen naturally. Let's go ahead and plop back onto food. We'll grow in 3 turns. Tall cities are good cities. You are going to back up over here. Let's pick this up. Extra 100 dust. I mean, that's not insubstantial. 100 dust? I like it a lot. Let's go pick up the conflux so we can move around real freaking fast. You can see our movement goes up to 12 per turn now. The 37, a crossbow, costs glass steel. It's pretty good. We do have a ranged hero now, so that could be nice. We do not need another swift conflux. They do not stack. You would actually be a really good candidate to kind of just jump into the necrophages territory and try to outrun them, since you do have the conflux. Let's just pop in here real quick. We have encountered the Hernas. Oh, these guys I like. They're solid range units. They got 3 ranged. Winter movement immunity, very good the longer the game goes on. And when you pacify them, just extra attack. They're solid. We also have met the Alai. These guys are interesting. They have bonuses where they are better at, like, defense during the summer, but during the winter, they turn into dark form, and they are very good offensive units. They could be pretty scary neighbors if they wanted to, but I don't think they're always very aggressive. And we have nothing else in my region. Okay, good to know. So yeah, you're going to come down this way, up the cliff. You're going to explore. More dust. You're going to go up over here. If there are any swift confluxes, I would like to pick that up. But I don't see any, do you? I don't think so. We got a good amount of titanium and glass steel. Keep in mind, because of the silics, we're getting a lot of extra. So even with 1 glass steel extractor, we're getting an extra 1.5, coming to a total of 2.5 glass steel per turn, just because we have 3 silics villages. Getting 5 titanium per turn as well, which is pretty nice. We could upgrade our units if we wanted to. I'm not in an immediate rush to do so, since I'm not expecting a lot of combat, but in the future, it would be a good thing to do. Let's see. Central Market is done. We're going to start working on Imperial Highways, and we do not get to have the 30 luxury units. Someone else got it. Who got it? That would be Green, who I have not met yet. Okay, so there's no reason not to just go ahead and pop the dice. I mean, we'll get the extra influence, which could be good, and approval's not always bad. So, I mean, it's never bad, really. Let's go ahead and explore here. Hi, Silix! Found you. We found some dust, and we should be able to explore it a second time. More dust and science. Pretty solid. Would like to explore a little bit of his land here. Actually, this is an uncolonized region. Alright, you come over here. You go up a there. 4 more turns on the industrial megapole, by the way. I think there's a very solid chance we're going to get it. Bit of extra dust there. Let's go this way. We're going to pop right next to your area and search this. We got 10 Palladian. That's the next strategic resource. That's interesting. Now, if we pop into our territory, he can't attack me without declaring war. So I'm going to go ahead and go right here. I think I can make a beeline for a couple of Eclipse temples if I wanted to. Population has grown, and good news is we're now producing a pretty reasonable amount of food and industry here now that the volcano former is done. Excellent. Let's go ahead and switch over to industry so we can just kind of finish these things out faster. We could buy some stuff out, but I'm thinking I may want to go for another hero. And the heroes have reset. It does happen every few turns, so we have some new options. Influence boost, but again, occultist. Influence boost, but that's it. Army, so he's a general. Food and industry boost. Not bad. Does not have a slavery bonus. Science boost. General. Defense. Science efficiency 3. If we wanted to have a science-focused city, this could be pretty strong. Really strong, in fact. Influence. Dust. That's kind of it. Do I go for another Wild Walkers hero? No, wait. Do I go for the Necrophage hero? There we go. Boost and industry. Do I want a general or do I want another governor? Now, these guys can get a lot of extra food on a city. They're actually terrible at producing food on their own. That's why they have to go to combat all the time. But their faction stuff kind of can offset some of that for certain generals or governors. So that's a pretty good amount of food. Unit cost reduction can be nice. Health regen doesn't matter that much. Lots of extra food there. Attack on a hero. So we don't care about some of these things unless we're going to be a general. But there's a potential for a lot of food, plus the industry boost for extra industry, plus the food boost. This is not the worst in the world. We could find a way to make that work. It's just kind of, do you want flat bonuses or do you want percentage bonuses? If you want percentage bonuses, go for the cultist, you know? Because this is strong. It's really strong. And cultists are very good at building tall cities. The taller the city is, the higher the population, the better they are. It's really a difficult choice for me. I like cultist heroes so much, I think we're going to go for that. And if that's the case, this one's just going to be better. Influence boost 2. All right, we're going to hire Ansem the Seer. He's not the best. We could save our money, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to put this person on our capital, where we are going to be the tallest. There we go. Actually, do these heroes already come with... Do these heroes already come with any talent points? We should check that. No. Just double checking. No. Okay, making sure. Well, it's ready for inspection. Yeah, that's helpful. I wanted to know if there was a level. Never mind. All right, moving on. We've only moved a few turns in this video. I'd like to go faster, but, you know. All right, let's see. What kind of conflux is this up here? It is another movement conflux. The Harmonites want to fight. I'm going to go ahead and auto this one. We didn't... Well, our hero died. Well, the good news is we have Last Stand on our heroes. And what Last Stand does is it comes back to life as long as the army is alive by the end of the battle. So he's wounded and we kind of want to regenerate, but at least we didn't lose the unit permanently. Let's go ahead and explore a little bit in this region. We found their other city. Ooh, a golden tree. These are so good. Lots of dust, lots of approval in a city. Plus lava chimneys. Lava chimneys, but it's not a volcanic region. That's a shame. It would be actually really good to colonize if that were the case. Okay, let's try diving into his land and see if we can grab this village real quick. Back in neutral territory. You are going to come up here. We still have 5 turns left on that. Yes, that's done. Stone Sentinel leveled up. All right, grab it. What do we get? Nuir. An item. Simply known by its given name. It's an insignia that gives ghost force. I actually have no idea what this does. Let's go to my hero real quick. Just inspect you. Nuir. Ghost face. Or force. Sorry, ghost force. Entire army will become invisible. Oh, that's fascinating. We could use it for a sneak attack army. Huh. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm not sure I'm actually ever going to make use of it, but it does only cost dust and not strategic resources. Who knows? All right, extra 85 dust. You might be able to make a beeline down here, depending. We'll kind of see. Anyone else? No? All right, next turn. Couple more turns on the Megapole. We are also getting close to done with Imperial Highways. I'm going to want to build those in every city. Mill Foundry over here is done, and we got attacked by Justiciars. I'm going to... I mean, they're weak, but I'm going to retreat. I don't actually desire to fight this Roman army. Roaming army. More Adamantian. Nice, that is another strategic resource. You are going to start heading back into my territory where they should not attack me. I say should. Let's see what else is going on in this region. We found A Necrodrone and a Hero. I'm not strong enough to beat that right now, so I'm not eager to do so. Let's go over this way. We're not moving very fast, I'm noticing. Alright, let's hope I don't run into anything major. Looks like it is clear sailing to another ruin, and we'll have these guys join up if we can. Alright. So far, this looks pretty solid. We're going to have you go down this way. You're going to go down this way. Next turn, I'm going to mash this button to make sure we get out of range of the Sisters of Mercy so that they do not attack me again, because it is annoying when they do. Even though they are a very weak faction. Go, 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 go. Okay. Everyone should be getting into position. More dust. Sweet. There was a conflict. Oops, nope, come back over here. Never mind. We haven't actually searched the ruin itself yet. Dies. Aw, darn. If only we had discovered that sooner. That would have been convenient, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. You actually can get down to this ruin, too. More dust and science. That science boost is going to really add up, by the way. Do not underestimate how good it is. Wow, 2 life trees next to each other? This can be a really solid location, too. This is a good region. It's just unfortunate that I'd have to, like, really spread my empire thin and kind of wedge myself between red and blue, which means that I would get attacked, which I do not want. All right, let's see. Right-of-ways, we are going to go ahead and start building. Golem camp, we did want to build somewhere. We're going to want to place down a volcano former first, so I'm not going to queue that up quite yet. Central Market would probably be a good thing to get. We're going to go ahead and queue up the right-of-way and central markets in my capital city, as well as the alchemy workshop, plus a right-of-way and sewer system up over here. There's a lot to build until this city has grown, but that's okay. You guys go down this way. Okay. Solid. And this general has leveled up, which means we could go for the assignment cooldown and eventually lead to extra industry on forests, which is just okay, but this is pretty nice. A lot of extra flat industry on the city, and then leading to this, which gives a percentage boost. Like, the Wild Walkers are very good at industry. Also, city upkeep can be nice. We're going to go ahead and apply that there. All right. Next. Whoop. Need more science. Hang on. What do we want? Is a good question. I'm tempted to go for the alchemical armor so we can get better trinkets to make our governors better. Also, we are doing really well on strategic resources, which means we could have very strong units. I think instead I'm going to go for the public granary, followed by meritocratic promotion, and we'll kind of see how we feel from there. I only need a couple more techs, and then we'll get to Era 3. All right, next turn. Do we get the Industrial Megapole? We should. I would certainly hope. I mean, if it's a tie, I think that the player gets it. And we did indeed. All right, we have the wonder. Cool. Lots of extra industry in the city. Now we can start working on the right-of-way. In fact, it only takes 1 turn to build. That's nice. Okay, do we want to continue focusing on building, or do we want to just go ahead and continue growing the city and making it better? I think for now we'll try to get the right-of-way done in 1 turn, which takes a few citizens. There we go. Let's do that in 1 turn and then continue to grow. 2 more turns and the city will be done. You are ready to grow up. Let's go for the Impassioned Preacher, which again means that just now everything becomes better straight up, which is really good. This actually recalculates things a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I want to have you do, whoops, some more exploring since you're the fast one. Pacified villages, more Hernas. Wait, these are the Hernas? Ooh, these are the orcs. That makes this region even better. Man, I want to colonize down here. Be so good. Found nothing of interest. Well, darn. All right, let's see. My conflicts will be expiring fairly soon. We've also encountered some haunts. These guys are really good for science. Pretty solid flying unit. Expensive to make, but strong. They're not bad. All right. I'm just going to explore a little bit more, and then we're going to send this guy back up. Well. Maybe we'll just grab this ruin over here. You guys go ahead and move that way. You, I don't think are going to get down to another one. If I wanted to go over here. No, we would not be able to. That's a shame. All right, so that ruin's not an option. We're just going to have him just head back to the middle of my territory. Anything else I care about right now? I don't think so. Next turn. Hi, Necrophages. What are you doing? You get out of my land. Don't come near me. You stay away. You smell horrible. Smell like rotting flesh. Religious fervor. Anomalies generate influence. Now we're making 72 per turn. That's nice. He's coming into my land, but he can't attack me without declaring war. He's just exploring, which I don't like, but what can I do, really? Alright, what do we have over here? Haunts. So there's a couple of haunt villages in this area. I'd like to actually kill Red. Oh, there's another one. Red, if we can kill, there's a lot of land that we could open up and not feel worried about our neighbors. Alright, let's have these guys just group up. Okay. You are just going to head over to my main land. There's no point, can't get to any of that. So we have some roads done over here, which means we'll move around a lot faster in this one province. Having a good network of roads is a substantial advantage. Dust Eclipse has come to an end. Got an achievement, Knight Rider? Someone just got into Era 3. They're not that far ahead of me. The next wonder is really good on research reduction for all past eras. Situationally, pretty good. Market Alchemist is the next legendary deed. If somebody can produce 4,000 dust by the end of their turn, then we get 80 Palladian. That's good. Leader of Leaders is nice. Raise a hero up to level 8 by the end of the turn to get a reward. Namely, health regen on my entire empire. And there goes the Dust Eclipse. And there's the next winter effect. Okay. Facilities revealed. We have a Center of Influence facility. That's going to be up here in the ocean tile. Palladian facility, Adamantian, Cargo Nexus. Yeah, there's something really good over here. So if we can get a city close to the water on the shore, we can start building some naval units and go and grab a water fortress, which has a lot of bonuses. Like, if you can have a naval advantage, it's pretty substantial. Not to be underestimated. All right, I think these guys can continue to explore a little bit this direction, but we're going to want to start thinking about heading back home because we're kind of exploring a bit further out than we need to. You're going to come over here and then garrison up in the city. And I think this is going to be a good place to end this video. Let's do, let's go ahead and grab a volcano former and just think about what we could place over here. Some really good spot. Now, the influence is going to go away, but 1323 is solid. 1422, also not bad. There's some good stuff to be had here. Now, the downside is the more I'm expanding, I'm finding that I'm really not getting much in the way of dust. 1428? Huh. 1217's not very good. Yeah. 1020? Less food, closer to my main cities, easy to defend. Plus some science and other stuff. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of the Golem camp. Right. I'll think about this in between videos rather than make you watch all this, because this is a good place to end. So thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed, and if so, you'll consider hitting that like button. And hit that notify bell, and comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.